Hey, what's up? This your boy Jack Thriller. Hey man, I've been fluctuating with my weight and my mental issues and whatnot, as we all have over the years. But now I'm about to get it together every Wednesday with Wellness Wednesdays with the one and only, the legendary, the man, myth, legend, personal trainer to the stars. I mean, he done did 50 Cent, J-Lo, Cardiello. Yeah, every Wednesday, Wellness Wednesdays. Tune in, watch my transformation over the next year. Every Wednesday, Wellness Wednesdays. It's Jack Thriller. Get it together. Yo, Jay, what's happening, man?
What's up, my brother? How you feeling today?
I feel good, man. Now, let's jump right into it. Now, you work with the likes of J-Lo, Kevin Love. You even work with 50 Cent, and you got your own little series, TED Talks. And something that's kind of like messing my head up when you say that dieting and exercise makes you fat. The hell are you talking about?
Well, one of the big things that I always tell people is that, we have all these programs out there, all these foods. You got to eat the superfoods. You got to do gluten-free, organic. The biggest thing that we never do is we never put our minds on a diet. Mm-hmm. It all starts like that. If you think about it, you wake up first thing in the morning, you're stressed about the day. As soon as you pick up your phone, you're answering, you go to work right then. Mm. Then you're at work, you're grinding. Then you go home and you don't feel valued maybe by your family, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever it is. Mm. And then Ben and Jerry and Johnny Walker show up late at night. We know about that. And you get frustrated. And you put yourself down for the mistakes you made. If people worked on their minds more than they worked on their bodies, people would see stronger outcomes. It's like this. January 1st comes around, new year, new you. Mm-hmm. By the 15th, it's statistically proven over 90% of all people quit diet and exercise programs, because the one biggest thing they didn't do is create a change up here. Everything is based upon behavioral change, and this is the funny thing I always tell people. When you go, sadly, people who go to drug and alcohol rehab, they don't say, I was addicted to cocaine. The counselor doesn't go, we're going to switch you to organic cocaine, gluten-free cocaine. Mm-hmm. Why the hell do we focus so much on the effect and not address the root cause with diet and exercise? And that was what I spoke about at TED, is diet and exercise makes you fat. Mm. We need to address the root cause, the why factor of what we do, as opposed to the foods we eat or the exercises we don't do. That creates not only sustainable outcomes, but that makes us a better person. What I always say to people is that, do you want to make more money?
I want to make way more money, man. I play the lottery every day.
Well,
I pray over it.
We'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
If you want to make more money, if you want a better career, if you want a better lifestyle, you got to work on yourself more than your career. I hear it so much now. I'm waking up at 3 a.m. I'm grinding. How many books have you read this month? How much, in a sense, do you have a journal that you keep? How do you wake up first thing in the morning, and why isn't there you say, okay, here's my outcome that I'm going to be achieving in this day? Here are the things I'm looking forward to. It's like when we go to meetings in our office. You ever have a meeting about a meeting, and you wonder why you had the meeting, and all you do is sit there and complain? If a person walked into a meeting and said, here's the outcome, here's what we're focused on, meetings will last 5 to 10 minutes because we have a clear goal. It's like I said, hey man, come to my house tonight, we're gonna hang out, but I don't give you directions. How are you gonna show up? Mm. It's the same thing in life as it is with diet, as it is with exercise, as it is your career. You gotta give yourself an outcome. And with diet and exercise, one of the most imperative things is that people come to me all the time, whether it's an athlete or actor, and they say, I gotta lose 25 pounds. A guy comes up, I gotta lose 25 pounds. Goals push people away. You have to have purpose. And I'm using this just right now with diet and exercise. If you said, I'm gonna get rid of my man boob so I can meet a woman, that's purposeful. People laugh about that, but that's purposeful. For females, you wanna be the first person in my family not to have diabetes. I wanna be able to see my daughter walk down the aisle. That's a pulling factor. When you put a goal of like a number or a scale, there's nothing, it's pushing you away. And that's one of the things that I always say, instead of focusing on diet and exercise, focus on yourself. One behavioral change per week, maximum. And if you don't hit it that week, it goes to the next week. People think, diet is on, this, and this. The basis for diet is sleep. Why don't we focus on sleep? It sets your hormones levels balanced. If you don't sleep, your hormone that goes up is the one that makes you want to eat food. And the one that suppresses down, the one that suppresses your appetite.
So let me get this straight. So are you meaning to tell me that if I go ahead and dedicate a week to just sleeping, I'm talking about I wake up, drink some NyQuil, go to sleep, wake up, drink some NyQuil for a week straight,
well,
that I'll
first off,
drop
you can't
weight.
drink the NyQuil. People don't realize that Tylenol, the active ingredients, and acetaminophen, it actually destroys your liver. So and that's one of the biggest things we prescribe to patients to reduce pain, but it's destroying your liver. See, there's a really big, and that's another time we come back and talk about it. But we're given so much information that's actually bad for our bodies. And when you're given that information, what happens is one dietitian says this, one doctor says this, one nutritionist and trainer says this, and everyone's confused and says, screw it, I don't want to do anything, I'm just going to do my own thing. Regressing back to your question, if you focused on sleep, not quantity, but a quality of sleep. Now think about this. For some people who went to college, or you're working late or whatever, say you sleep only 2-3 hours, you're not going to wake up and say, you know what, in the middle of the night, you're breaking, I'm going to have an arugula salad. No, you're like, get me Denny's, get me Dunkin' Donuts. So you have to understand that sleep is the main factor, the main foundation for health and wellness. Why are we not investing in it? Because you know why? It's not sexy. You're not going to get abs, pictures of people with abs. Hey, I slept longer. When we talk about sleep, people think that's lazy. But you see all the athletes that I work with, they sleep 10 to 12 hours a day. People say, oh, well, they paid a lot of money. You're seeing the end goal, the end game, the end purpose. If you invested in the sleep now, how do you know you can't acquire that same wealth? Or more importantly, that same health? Focus on sleep. It sets your mood. It sets your reaction time. If you don't get sleep, you're not going to come to the office and be like, hey man, how's everybody doing? Someone bumps into you, you bumping into me? So if you know, we all have the answers to the test, but we're not doing it. Sleep is the foundation for health, and anybody I work with from 50 to on down is that one of the biggest things. If you're not sleeping, you're not coming to the gym. That's one thing that I've always stuck with, because all you're doing is you're keeping your body in what we like to say is a catabolic state. When we think of anabolic, we think of growth. When we think of catabolic, we're crushing ourselves. So if you know you have something coming up, or if you know you really want to make a January 1st, I'm going to do this, focus on sleep. Don't go on a crash diet, don't go on a detox diet. That's another section. They don't even work. Your body naturally detoxifies itself. Why the heck are you taking all these juices? So focus on sleep, because that's a sound and simple, and here's the greatest thing, it doesn't cost any money to make an effective and sustainable impact in your health.
This is crazy, man. And I feel like you really, I'm changed. Just in one day, can I get this like regularly every Wednesday? Can we do a Wellness Wednesday?
We can do it's Wellness Wednesday. We'll definitely kick off. My biggest thing about coming to This Is 50, and I've been around 50 now, we're going into our 15th year working together.
15 years?
15 years.
You've known him that long?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
It's great to see not only the progression, but the mindset that he has, and that's what sets it apart. It's not I gotta make this much money, I gotta do this, I gotta have these shows, I gotta have this. It's a purpose. He wakes up in the morning and he says, we go do something different. We go to the gym, we talk about 30 to 45 minutes. We only work out 20 to 30 minutes.
Okay.
People think we're in there crushing. And we focus on a mental strategy and the outcome that we're gonna achieve. Maybe in 3 weeks, maybe in a month, maybe this. Sometimes we go into what we call a deconditioning phase, where we put on some weight because the body's been through so much. People don't realize rest is growth. You see athletes coming out of a season in the NFL, they just relax for a while. They let their bodies heal. We have to do that too. And we don't do it enough, not only as athletes and entertainers, but individuals. So when I think about, we get in this Wellness Wednesday, I want to share is couple things. Number one, the simple way to actually not only lose weight, but effectively increase your health, increase your well-being. But everyone wants, how to make more money? Here's a simple thing. Go to sleep. Okay. Number two, action plan. Drink water. You should be drinking half your body weight in ounces of water a day. Don't come to me and say, hey, what supplement should I take if you're not drinking the water? Also, too, just like life, you have to have a roadmap for your body. How many of us really have had a blood test where we know our cortisol levels, our adrenal glands, and all that stuff before we implement and go to these vitamin shops and all this stuff? You don't know what you're taking, so you don't know how it's affecting your body. Next thing, your 5 friends equal your future. Who you hang out with most dictates your net worth. Because you should have people that applaud you, what I call tail waggers. You ever get pissed off? You leave, you don't even have to feed the dog, you got a dog. What happens 2 minutes later, 20 minutes later, you come home, it's wagging its tail. You should have friends like that. Not that you dump on and yell at or anything like that, but people will always say, hey, you know what, you can make it. I know you're going through shit right now, I know you're going through hard times, but I know you're better than what you're giving yourself. Next is you have to have an outcome and a game plan. First thing to do when I wake up, people say it's eccentric, but it's not. I'm gonna give you a parallel, something parallel. You go to a basketball game, a football game, whatever it is in life. How long are they warming up before a game? Hour and a half?
Some shit like that.
How much do you warm up each time you go to work? And don't get me thinking, well, they get paid more. That's the end outcome game, is to get to the league. Your outcome game as a CEO, to get a raise, to get this. When I get up, first thing I do is I write down what I'm grateful for. Then I say, what am I looking forward to and the outcome that I want? I'm already set at that point. Statistically, it's proven the first 8 minutes of what you do in your day dictates the outcome of your day. This is what we do. We wake up, oh shit, oh no, and then we respond. And then you start working at 6 a.m., but you really got to work at 8. And then you're frustrated, you get on the train, you sit there like this, the guy's got BO, and you're sitting like this and you complain. And then you sit at the water cooler, and the next 10 years you just blew away your life. And the only thing significant in your life is happy hour. Don't become a statistic. So the first 8 minutes, write down what you want for that day and focus on the now. The second thing, you have to have a mission statement. Every morning I read my mission statements. IJ Cardiello by December 31st, whatever, because they give us a year blocks to do this, by doing this, and how am I gonna feel? I always tell my athletes before a big game, think about how you want to wake up and either read the paper, look online upon your performance or about your performance. That gets people to think about it already. Because what you see here, your body doesn't know. There's a great story, I know, and I can talk for hours, but here's the biggest thing. I'll give you 2 quick things. So Roger Bannister, the first guy to ever break the 4-minute barrier in a mile, they said it was physically impossible for him to do it. So instead of going out and running, he ran up here and he visualized himself. He felt it, he tasted crossing that line. Bang, within the next 2 to 3 years after he did it, 30 plus people did it. Because he changed here. They did a study too, they had free throws, how to increase free throw percentages. The first group shot every day. The next group visualized free throw practices every day. The next group did nothing on free throws. People that practice were like a 26% increase. The people that visualized were like a 24, 25. Could you imagine if you visualized and practice? Your body doesn't know if your mind's doing it or not. So why aren't we investing more in ourselves? You want to make more money? Invest in yourself, not your career. So your first 8 minutes of your day, have gratitude. Know what you're going after in your outcome. Know what you're looking forward to. And have a mission statement that lays out the roadmap for where you want to be, and something purposeful is going to pull it. Losing weight, that's not purposeful, it's boring. How are you going to get excited up? I got to lose. You're going to think you're in a failure state. But if you say, I want to see my daughter walk down the aisle. I want to be the first person to walk down to get my college diploma. I want to get rid of the shell that I have because I know that I'm better and I want to meet somebody. And before you meet somebody, you got to work on yourself internally, not just aesthetically. That, and then bookend it. At the end of the day, go over your goals. Go over your purpose. Go over this. Athletes do it and they get success. But what happens with us? Our purpose becomes complaints. I go on the train every day when I'm doing studies for writing or programs that I have to do. And I listen to the same thing each and every day. Same shit, different day. Yeah, you know how she got a raise? You know how this got a raise? You know how this? It's all about complaints. If you complain, your tongue is a stronger muscle in your body. What you say is what you become and who you attract. You know those girls, you know those guys. Yo, man, you know what she did to me? Oh, you gotta go, hold on. And you keep on calling your friend until you get an applauder of how bad she is to you. We project out. If you project out negativity, what are you gonna get in return?
Negativity.
If you believe negativity, what are you gonna get in return?
Negativity.
This is right here what's gonna send the compass for your life. And this is just the rudder of the ship. This steers your whole body through the waves of life. You didn't get your ass kicked. Not gonna be like this, oh, every day is beautiful. Bullshit. But when the outcomes of life start here, and then they're stamped here, because whatever follows I am follows you. I'm a loser, boom. How about people, I'm depressed. No, you're choosing to be depressed. Don't tell me you're depressed. Now there are conditions, and I understand that. But there are outlets. People, we all have the resources, we're just not resourceful. When I grew up, there was no such thing as Google. It was called encyclopedias. Now you just go like this, you look it up and you get the answer. We have every resource to be great, we're just not resourceful. So bookend your day. Screw the diet, screw the exercise. I'm not saying to sit there and just lay back and think it's all gonna happen. But you gotta plan the action up here, you gotta cement it here, and here's one of the biggest factors in life. I'm gonna tell you a quick story. So my father was 12 years old. If you watch my TED Talk, you'll learn about this. We used to watch football every Sunday, and he one day asked me a question. He said, who's the greatest player on the screen? I was like, quarterback. He's like, no. Linebacker, no. I went through all the positions. I was like, who? He goes, some guy in the stands. I said, what? He said, some guy in the stands. Gave up on himself. He allowed the barriers of life, someone to tell him no, somebody can't, and now he's wearing somebody else's name on the back of his shirt, and he's sitting up in the stands clapping. And what's gonna happen right before he dies, he's gonna say, what if? And my dad said, don't ever give yourself the opportunity to ask what if. See, 5% of the people in this world make things happen, 15% watch, and 80% don't know what the fuck is going on. It's like you drive by an accident, 80% complain, 15% do they need help, and 5% get over. You have the choice. Your life is your choice. People point around, oh, he's doing this, she's doing this. That's not how you're doing it. You attracted them. You don't like the news, shut it off. I haven't watched the news in 4 or 5 years. I don't know what's going on, but I know what's going on in my circle. I know what's going on with my family. And most importantly, I know what's going on myself, because how they act is how I react. And it's either to help, more importantly, listen, and give my purpose to the world. And that's the diet and exercise people should be focused on, is up here in the mind. Because without this, you're not going anywhere. Because shit's gonna hit the fan one day, and it's gonna hit the fan. How you react is based upon how you took care of yourself internally, not externally. I know the biggest, baddest guys in the world. And when the shit hits the fan, I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about this, and they run.
Jay, thank you.
No, thank you. And this is what we're gonna do.
What we're gonna do?
So first off,
I need to set my goals.
you need to have 8 minutes. 8 minutes is your power plan for life.
Okay.
Right, every day. And here's one thing.
Every day?
Every day, 8 minutes every day. And here's the biggest thing. Don't let people tell you no. Because what we worry so much about, what people are gonna think. Fuck what people think. You think you're gonna really care right before you take your last breath that I should have did this, and you're really gonna care about what people think? No, you gotta define your dash. Between birth and death is your dash, and you need to be able to define that. That's what we should be living for, our legacy. We hear it so much, but people don't know the plan. I have something very important. I always think about this. You know, people were sometimes, what would Jesus do? Braces, what this is. You know, I always think about this scenario. If I were to die today, what would my son read over my grave? And I want him, until he I have visualized it, him can't reading because there's so many pages, that my life is complete. And that scares me. And people who are success have more fear than people who don't, because we know the time is ticking. This could be my last day, so why am I not giving? I may not get tomorrow. So why are we living like we're gonna get another day? If you knew you were gonna die, you would live differently. There would be no hatred. There would be, damn, I wish I would have done that. Go to any old age home. When I go visit my grandma, I always hear the same thing. Oh, I wish I would have done, no. We have to command ourselves more from ourselves. We have to be better men. We have to be stronger women. But more importantly, we have to be stronger ourselves. Problems don't become problems until we become a part of them. Problems are within, not without. And don't make your purpose a problem, because you then become the problem. So work first thing in the morning, your 8 minutes. Book end it at the end of the day to go over that and make sure you're online. And journal it. Journal it. How am I feeling? I always say 3 things. What's the least amount of money you need to make a year? That's your start. And be alive. If it's $1 million, say it. Because you say, oh, 10,000. People start talking themselves out of it. And then we become lawyers for our own problems. Well, I should. No! The next thing, what fame do you want? I'm not talking about, star. I'm talking about what fame. How do you want to be recognized? And not by other people, but in the mirror. And the last is your legacy, defining your dash. You die tomorrow, what do you want? I want 10,000 plus people there who said, you know what, if it wasn't for his words and what came off his mind and his tongue, it gave me the opportunity to be the best I could be. Whether you're a janitor or you're a CEO, it doesn't matter. Success is not measured by monetary success, it's measured by individual success. So I want to do a couple of things. For This Is 50, first person to put a comment in there, just put Jay, I'll send them a copy of my new book. Bang, so they got behavioral choices. And then each week we're gonna break it down. I'm gonna teach you how to go shop, food shopping. Did you know everything at eye level is more expensive? People don't know that.
I didn't know that.
You know red? You wear red to the gym, you will actually be stronger. It's chromotherapy. It also too, if you look at it, if you think about it, it also is used in places where we need people to eat more. Red, yellow, and orange in chromotherapy, they excite your appetite. If you eat up blue plates, which is a color not found except from blueberries with food, you actually suppress your appetite. That's not me, that's science. So we're learning about stuff like that. That's real. I'm never gonna put a person on a diet. I'm just gonna keep, the more aware and more education and more information you have, that's wonderful, but action. So I'm gonna give you guys action things. So every week we'll come back, we'll give action. Every week we'll come back and I'll give up. And if you're in New York City, one day I'm gonna give a session away. It's not about what you and I get out of this. It's what we can give to people that they can come to this and say, you want something? This makes me better. And then they can teach it to their kids or their friends or whatever. It's not about hate, whatever. It's, at the end of the day, when we're hate, we're hurting. When we scream at other people, we're hurting. If we were confident, we wouldn't even care. That's why there's only one champion, because he stands alone. You don't care what's going on in the world. The 99% do. That's why I said 5% of people make things happen, 15% watch, and 80% know what the fuck's going on. And it's the 80% that go, yeah, whatever. When you're up here, when you defeat yourself, there's no opponent for you to go after. There's only a chance to give to make everything better. And that's what we're gonna do with This Is 50.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's get it. Let's get it. Every Wednesday.
Tune into this. We're not gonna change your world. We're gonna make you, we're gonna give you the mirror to see how great you are.
You're awake now.